Mount Josh's Old Comics, Marvel News of the Week before the holidays. Disney versus Ditko is ended with a settlement.
Obviously, it's not going to say
how much it was. No.
Yeah.
Deadline reporting this past week. Amid all the turmoil in the MCU of late, Disney now has one less battle to fight. After more than 2 years, Disney and subsidiary Marvel have reached a settlement with the estate of acclaimed comic book artist Steve Ditko. Lawyers for the House of Mouse, the Mouse House? Usually, is it not? Usually they say the House of Mouse and not. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not wrong. Okay, and then Ditko estate filed court papers on December 6th that effectively ended the pricey dispute. A final affirmation of the settlement is expected in the coming weeks. Represented by pugilistic copyright attorney Mark Toberoff, the Ditko estate in 2021 had sought termination notices on the rights to such luminaries as Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Iron Man. Other artists, families, and heirs also challenged rights to the characters created by their family members. Those disputes were resolved earlier this year. And in previous settlements and resolutions that Disney Marvel have reached with the likes of the Jack Kirby estate and others, the settlement with the Ditko estate is confidential. However, attorney Toberoff told Deadline that the parties reached an amicable resolution of this interesting case. It's very not democrat, very I don't know what the word I'm looking for is.
Not PC, like safe. Like it sounds just.
Yeah.
Just safe.
Read between the lines.
Yeah.
We're never going to know how much they settled for. It could be that... Well, we actually don't even know if Ditko's estate won. It could have been they were just like, we're done dragging on too long. Let's just get what we can. You know, we're never going to know. Hopefully they got royalties back paid and maybe royalties going forward on all use of the characters in live action and animated. But for now, it looks like Marvel has settled with all the old creators and their IPs to continue using it going forward. Moving on, Echo star Vincent D'Onofrio says Daredevil Born Again will also be released under the Marvel Spotlight banner. So we know that Echo is going to be released under a new banner called Marvel Spotlight, which will be for their more adult version shows. Marvel Studios has gone back to the drawing board with Daredevil Born Again, scrapping much of what was already shot in a bid to save the series, which was heading down the wrong route. The original creative team decided Matt Murdock shouldn't suit up until halfway into the first batch of episodes, and the hope now is that Moon Knight and Loki season 2 directors Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead can save the day. The series, however, is expected to retain its TVMA rating. At PostCred Pod has shared new comments from Echo star and Kingpin actor Vincent D'Onofrio, in which he confirmed that Daredevil Born Again will for sure fall under the newly launched Marvel Spotlight banner. That suggests it will be a largely standalone story, likely bringing an end to rumors Spider-Man 4 will feature the Man Without Fear and Spidey teaming up to battle Wilson Fisk. Did you hear that rumor? That might be the plan for Spider-Man 4?
I know that there were supposed to be cameos, but not to the effect of battling Kingpin. Like, no way?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if you think about it, it is a pretty decent way to start Spider-Man on like a ground level again. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
everything's been wiped clean. It's, he's back to saving New York and whatever. And like,
yeah, nobody knows.
It could get very New York territorial type of like, boroughs and all that stuff and do the thing.
I wonder if it could set up Kingpin being mayor, because in the comics for a while he was mayor of New York. New York City. Right. I wonder if that could lead into that. I don't know. Let's do it. I say let's do it. Spider-Man, Daredevil team up. Let's go.
I mean, the Vincent D'Onofrio is the best Kingpin. Like,
listen, I love Michael Clark Duncan, but that movie was weird.
Sure.
He definitely looked the part. He had it. He's got the charisma.
The part had it, but
it went a different way than I think most people expected Kingpin to be.
That's very true.
While Netflix Daredevil was by no means perfect, it is beloved among many fans, and expectations are high for this MCU-based follow-up to deliver. Hopefully it won't be a one-off for these characters, and is instead setting the stage for a new wave of TVMA street-level superhero stories. I think also Echo got moved up one day. I think it's January 9th now. All the episodes come out.
Exciting.
Okay, so nobody watched Loki, the best season. Despite favorable reviews and a general consensus that Loki Season 2 was a narrative improvement over Season 1, ratings for Season 2 premiere were way down. The Loki Season 2 finale was up nearly 200 minutes, a sharp rise in comparison to the premiere. However, numbers in comparison to Season 1 were still down, according to Nielsen Stream ratings. However, over the course of the entire season, the show amassed 3.39 billion minutes of viewing. In comparison, Season 1 totaled 5.23 billion minutes of viewing, implying that viewership is down roughly 35%. Of course, the nation was in the tail end of lifting COVID-19 restrictions during the summer of 2021, meaning most Americans were still stuck at home and with little to do. And to provide proper context, the Nielsen ratings also point to an overall downward trend in streaming in recent months, as the last round of ratings marks the first time that a show has failed to eclipse the 1 billion minutes viewed mark. As COVID times fade to the past, streaming ratings during this period could very well be viewed as an anomaly instead of a benchmark. So overall, you have Bluey. Don't know what is that an animated show?
It's a kid's show.
Okay. Grey's Anatomy
kids show.
Still in the top on Netflix.
Yeah.
And Suits, that show's been done for like 5 years now. Mm-hmm. It's so weird. It's really weird how some shows catch on a new streaming platform. So
yeah,
like I suppose
Campia was talking about that, and he literally said like studios are now trying to bank on the Suits effect,
right?
Which is go to a new streaming platform, find a whole new audience, and be number one on that platform for how, dude. Apparently, Suits has been like the most streamed show.
I mean, I remember it being a good show. I fell off of it, but I know people really like it. I also think this is indictment for how shitty Netflix is to their new shows. Is they're just cutting them off at the knees after one season. Like you can make a good show, and even if nobody watches it for the first 3 or 4 seasons, as long as it has have a complete story, it could find an audience 5 years down the road and make you more money later.
Because apparently, like one of the big contractual things for a lot of the crews and actors and everything else is that after 3 seasons, right? I think it's like an increase or something or a renegotiation. That's why they cancel most of them after 2.
Yeah, I think it used to be. I think there was a bump at 3 and a bump at 7. One of our favorite shows, Bosch, on Amazon. They essentially rebooted it because it got too expensive to make the show after 7 seasons. If they went to 8, it'd be another big bump for the crew and actors. So they are just like, well, let's redo it, call it something else. And we're now back at season 1, and we're back at the scale for a season of a
insane.
Yeah. Even though the production on that show is a bit. You can tell it's a bit cheaper, but still the writing's great. I love that show. So then you have Loki at number 4, All the Light We Cannot See at number 5, which I put that on a list to watch, but I feel like I've read that it has a weird tone. There's some serious to it, but there's also some comedy or some it's about I think it's about Anne Frank. So yeah. Friends is back in after the death of Matthew Perry, Selling Sunset. Have you ever watched that show, Selling Sunset? It's a reality show about selling $1 million houses, isn't it?
Sorry. Yes, I have seen it. A few episodes, actually. It is supremely awful. And that's why people watch it.
Okay. So. NCIS, 6 Feet Under, Gilmore Girls. Original series, Loki's the top of original series.
Wow.
Great British Baking Show, let's go. Morning Show, which is surprisingly really good. Lawman Bass Reeves, which is apparently the highest rated show on Paramount Plus now, which Taylor Sheridan seems to be making hit after hit for that streaming platform.
I understand that the resurgence of like cowboy westerns is happening.
Yeah. You're not here for it.
Do I? No, It's okay. Like I watched some of Yellowstone. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Haven't finished it. Didn't start the other ones.
1883, 1923.
Yeah, didn't start those, but I can. I've seen a lot of clips. Looks really good. Acting, top notch.
Yeah.
But I feel like these shows are being made for a very specific audience. And just eating it up.
Well, we watch all the shows, so it's not I'm not sure if it's made for us or not, but we quite enjoy well, I've always been a fan of Taylor Sheridan's writing. He did Sicario, Hell or High Water. I feel like he's a very good writer that speaks to
I would
me.
agree. Yeah, I would agree.
And he also did Lioness, which was another #1 hit for him with Zoe Saldana on Paramount Plus.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay.
We still have yet to watch the finale of Law and Bastards, but Fall of the House of Usher was great. Anyways, we're getting off topic. Also, I've heard that Blue Eye Samurai is fucking fantastic. And
I know. I think I'm going to crush it over the holidays. I think I'm going to
watch it over the holidays. Okay, moving on. Thor 5, Gareth Edwards responds to rumors he's being eyed for the helm the MCU sequel. Marvel Studios is believed to be in early stages of development on a 5th Thor movie, and while Thor Ragnarok and Love and Thunder director Taika Waititi has already taken himself out of the running, a recent rumor claimed that Gareth Edwards was being eyed to helm the project. Edwards was asked about the rumor during an interview with Post Cred Pod. Oh, this Post Cred Pod's got a lot of news. While it sounds like the filmmaker was surprised to see his name mentioned in connection with the film, he admits that he might be interested under the right circumstances. Quote, I saw those rumors too. I saw it and I jokingly sent it to my girlfriend. I just texted her the link and said, I didn't want you to find out this way. I've never heard anything about it. It's totally, the internet is an incredible place. I love those movies. I love Marvel. A lot of my friends work on Marvel films. I love all the other movies and franchises. I go to see them. I have most of them on my DVD Blu-ray shelf, but I really want to keep pursuing original sci-fi. Was that a very politically correct answer? I never say never, but in the right circumstances, absolutely. For those who haven't seen The Creator, it was pretty good.
It's pretty good. Couple of weird ones.
You know, he's also known for Rogue One, but not Rogue One. There's always some controversy on who had more influence over that, for Tony Gilroy or
right. I forgot. Yeah, right.
But let's if you're not gonna give it to Robert Eggers, then I don't know, give it to Gareth Edwards. I'd like to. I mean, I think we're all ready for a darker. Maybe they do a Thor 5 under the Marvel Spotlight banner and make it TVMA and actually go for it. That could get people interested again.
I think people definitely want to see Thor fucking for sure. Just ass.
Okay, I'm not for that, but some people might be okay. But if you have a good suggestion for who could direct a darker tone of Thor 5, let us know in the comments. Marvel Studios announces Eyes of Wakanda animated series for 2024. Spider-Man Freshman Year gets retitled. Marvel Studios has concluded a special preview event for the release of What If Season 2, and also confirmation of a surprise animation project is on the way. Attendees were treated to the first 2 episodes of the new What If Season 2. After the screening, an animated Black Panther series titled Eyes of Wakanda was revealed and confirmed to be released on Disney Plus in 2024. Okay, that part is nuts. Like, we've had confirmation of X-Men 97 for 3 years, and it still hasn't come out yet. And they're just like, oh, we have a Black Panther series. It's basically done. It's coming out this year. Like, to keep that under wraps is pretty incredible.
I don't know. I like to say I have faith, but I also don't.
That's going to be good or not good?
That it's going to come out in 2020.
That they actually hit the deadline or the release date.
I mean, either that or them saying that they have it mostly in the can. It's like, you animated a whole series and did voice and everything,
especially during. Well, I guess the animators aren't unionized, but the voice actors potentially were, depending on who they used.
Voice actors were. Yeah, voice actors were. Mm-hmm.
It was also revealed that Spider-Man freshman year has been retitled to Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It will also be released in 2024, along with X-Men 97. At SDCC 2022, it was announced that a second season of freshman year, aptly titled Spider-Man Sophomore Year, was also in development. There's no word on how this title change could impact the previous announcement. Freshman year was originally intended to have a clear connection to the MCU, but now that things have shifted, the program will explore a what-if style concept that reimagines Spider-Man's homecoming events in a very different way. Since its initial announcement, Tom Holland has cut ties with the project. This is a little confusing. So they originally were going to have Tom Holland do the voice, and it was going to be tied to the MCU, and then they pivoted and has nothing to do with the MCU, and they were able to still make that in like a year.
Was it not tied? Like they literally said it was going to explore like him in high school.
Yeah, now
like
it's
at the very beginning.
Now it's not.
So now it's like a what if situation where it's like every episode is something different that happened, or
well, I think it's a what if it reimagines the Spider-Man Homecoming's events, so in a very different way. So I assume they'll change that premise and then jump off from there. So it's not a new story it's a new storyline, but it's not a new.
That's
Not much else was revealed about Eyes of Wakanda, and the fact that the freshman year is now taking place on an alternate Earth means the same could be true for that show. The title seems to imply that this show will focus more on the War Dogs, the undercover spies for Wakanda. You'll recall that when we first met Lupita Nyong'o's Nakia in Black Panther, she was in the middle of an undercover mission as a War Dog. Likewise, flashback scenes revealed that Forrest Whitaker's Zuri was also a War Dog in his younger days, sent to spy on King T'Chaka's younger brother N'Jobu, played by Sterling Brown. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I'll watch that. I'll take a gander. Speaking of animated shows, this is how they might fix the Inhumans or Eternals. While much of Marvel Studios' animated slate appears to have fallen by the wayside in 2023, work has continued on the likes of What If, X-Men 97, Spider-Man, Marvel Zombies, and now Eyes of Wakanda. Today's scooper Daniel Rickman is claiming that to have learned yet another MCU animated project is in the works, said to be anime influenced with a diverse group of leads. We even have a brief logline which appears to point to one or two superhero teams. A clandestine group of ancient cosmic beings living undercover on Earth are trying to protect the world without being discovered by humans. They find themselves entangled in a cosmic battle that could reshape the fate of the universe. On the one hand, that sounds very much like the Eternals. If so, it could be an indication Marvel Studios plans to better explore what they were getting up to for the thousands of years they spent on Earth before Time's emergence began. This would also go in some way in building buzz for the long-awaited movie sequel. Though we can't help but wonder whether the plan is now to address that cliffhanger in animation rather than a pricey tentpole. Another possibility, of course, is that this is the Inhumans. Once upon a time, Marvel Studios was developing a movie based on the team, only for it to be scrapped when Kevin Feige no longer had to take orders from then Marvel Entertainment chairman Ike Perlmutter. Ultimately, it became an ill-fated ABC TV series outside of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Inhumans weren't mentioned again until Anson Mount played a Black Bolt variant in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. According to the recently released MCU, The Reign of Marvel Studios had been developing an Inhumans movie for years, but Feige was never satisfied with the script and wasn't eager to do battle with Fox on Perlmutter's behalf. As soon as Feige pulled the Inhumans movie from the release schedule, Marvel Entertainment ordered Loeb to fast-track Inhumans content on TV. 2 months later, the Inhumans appeared... Oh, yeah. Appeared on the... that was certainly the fast track. Yeah, this is probably more, if it's going to be undercover humans, it sounds more, to me, it sounds more like Eternals and not the Inhumans. But yeah, I don't know, more shows, animated shows, is fine with me. Last bit of news from Marvel Weekly News. Marvel Comics announces Weapon X-Men, a new multiversal series introducing Jane Howlett. Throughout X-Men history, there have been certain missions which require a specific set of claws. The next March comes with threat. We'll take an entire squad of them in the pages of Weapon X-Men. Written by Christos Gage, illustrated by Ildire Cinar. This 4-issue epic will star a whole host of Wolverines from fan favorite Marvel realities like Age of Apocalypse, Earth X, Marvel Zombies, plus an all-new Wolverine hero named Jane Howlett. Yes, a female Wolverine. The action-packed saga will spin directly out of Gage and Greg Land's original X-Men 1, which stands this Wednesday. In the special anniversary one-shot, readers will witness Phoenix recruit Professor X's original 5 students to fix yet another time-displaced disaster. But now the threat is deadlier than ever, and it's time to call in the X-Men's big gun. Afterwards, a multiverse of Logan bands together. He's the best there is at what he does. In every universe he does it in, and this job is too big for just one of him. Wolverines from across the multiverse converge to take on a foe even the Phoenix fears.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That's a little weird. The Phoenix Force is afraid of an entity, and they need Wolverines. It's a bit of a stretch. Wolverines from across the multiverse, but with friends like Old Man Logan, Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, Zombie Wolverine, Earth 10 Wolverine, and newcomer Jane Howlett of Earth 1281, who needs enemies. Quote, getting a chance to continue to explore the Marvel multiverse in the pages of Weapon X-Men with the amazing Ildire Cinar is the perfect Christmas gift. Gage said today, a team of nothing but Wolverines, one of them Jane Howlett, has never been seen before, against a threat from the pages of the original X-Men. So I guess we got the first cover here. Old Man Logan. I'm not loving that cover, but
I don't enjoy, and to be honest with you, I think I'd enjoy it more if they took the titles off. Yeah, no, the stripes, just the titles.
Yeah.
Because it would give the blue and the orange way more kind of like, it definitely breaks it up. It's tough.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be a better variant that I could buy. Okay, so that's Marvel News of the Week. Here's an ad, and thanks. YouSellComics.com, your new multi-vendor marketplace. You Sell Comics offers a site exclusively for buying and selling of all things comics. Slabs, omnis, trades, and more. Sell for as low as 5% commission or 0 commission monthly tiers. Run your own auctions, unlimited bin listings. YouSellComics.com. Buy, collect,